I'm going to introduce Kevin Jones. Kevin has a record of producing award-winning, immersive interactive content over the last 30 years, including 10 Telly Awards, 2 Communicator Awards, and a Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award. So everybody welcome Kevin.
Hello, everybody. Oh, thanks. So, my name is Kevin Jones. My team is here. Everybody on Facebook, Live. I move around a lot, so I hope I don't get out of frame on Juliana. We're an augmented reality company, and what we really want to do is jump into an industry that we've been able to break into over the last several years, thankfully, which is horrible to say, COVID, which is industrial AR, and the ability to actually get into it and do some really good knowledge stuff. So the first thing that I want to talk about is augmented reality. A lot of times when we go out, and we were just down at Albright University, their science research, Eric and I got an opportunity to do a presentation there. And there were 75 people in each of the 2 talks that we did. And I said to the people, listen, how many of you have used augmented reality in the last 24 hours? Like if I asked you guys, how many of you have used augmented reality in the last 24 hours? Show of hands. This was probably it. Like maybe 2 or 3 people each time. But then I rephrased it and said, okay, in the last 24 hours, how many of you used social media and used an effect, a plug-in, an overlay? And more hands will go up because all of a sudden you realize all augmented reality really is an overlay in your world. I want a nice little mouse face. I put it on the app and it shows up. That's augmented reality. I want to have something where there's a dinosaur running around. Really boring. If you heard any of my old presentations, the same thing. But you could have a dinosaur running around the room and it tracks everything. So what we like to do is talk about our customer pain points. And interesting enough, when we created our platform was supposed to be for education. But we found that we're doing education, sorry Facebook, we're doing education, but we're now finding that we're doing it for industry. And the problem with industry is, and you've probably heard a lot of this through today, is there are pain points that whether you're a small manufacturer, a large manufacturer, a robotics company, a product-based company, the problem is your knowledge base is going and they're not coming back because they're not finding people to fill those positions. The other issue that you have is downtime. That's very costly. Repairs, maintenance on the machines, employee training, safety, the machine setup, service calls, declining knowledge base. That's key. And so what our technology we learned over the last couple of years is, with our platform, we're able to capture that. And what we're able to do with our technology is to allow the person on the line to have a tool in their pocket that they can utilize to actually take care of those things. I'm sitting on a line. The machine is running. And we'll talk about some of the solutions, but what I could do with my device with augmented reality is I could scan because the machine stopped. And I'm able to scan the part of the machine, and all of a sudden with our tech, there's an arrow that says pull this lever, pull this up to reset it, and now what would take one of my guys 2.5 to 3.5 hours on the phone to somebody in another country, say, to figure out how to just go click, 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 they could do in under 5 minutes, sometimes a minute. And those are the things that save companies a ton of money and time and resources. The other thing it does on the flip side is if you use it to service your clients, if you're a machine maker, what it does is it saves your IT crew, your service crew, from getting in a plane, flying all the way across the country, all the way across the world, getting out of the plane, walking up and being like, okay, now you just paid for a flight, you just paid for a hotel, for 5 minutes. So augmented reality helps improve what's set up in installs, helps cut down maintenance times, reduce production time. 24/7, you can have somebody on call. It's right here. 24/7, you have a solution to problem solve and to keep things running. Safety and training, that's a big one. Toolbox talks, we're doing some apps that are toolbox talks where you could put any of the safety equipment, any of the equipment that you're using based upon your industry. I could set it right here and walk around it and tap on it and get any instruction I need on it. Prevent costly errors and overall enhance trade show experiences, which we'll talk about, sales and marketing tools. So we picked out a couple because we want to try to keep this fairly quick because we have an announcement to make. So the next one that we're going to talk about is prevent costly errors. So basically, I just told you, if an error happens, what's going to happen on your line is by the time it gets all the way to the end, you're now backed up hours. If you're in industry and you're backed up for hours, how much money is that? I love that face. Yes, right? So if we can get that time down, you're not as backed up and you're not losing all that production, right? They're called target areas. The cool thing about target areas is, and I encourage all of you to go to our booth. We have some fun stuff there, and we'll show you the tech. But the thing with target area is a lot of people will see like a QR code and think, I got to scan that QR code, right? Or with AR, you don't need a QR code. I can actually use any photo. I could take a photo of you guys, and if you didn't move, you'd be my target. And I could have a video overlay on top of you. But what we do with our tech is we could literally take the machine, and this is our target. So when you hover over it, tap on it, and it'll lock the AR experience to it so that now I could hand it off to the other person I'm working with, and we could go back and forth and figure it out quick. So those are called target areas. It's what you actually scan to see it. Next. Augmented maintenance. This is a really good one. We have run into so many company owners that say, you know what? We really should be checking out these machines every month. We should be doing it every 3 months, every 6 months. We don't have time to do it. A lot of times we forget. With maintenance, you could give a non-expert staff member, I wouldn't do like Debbie that's in the office type thing where she's doing the paperwork, say, hey, go down on the line. But what I would do is you could do non-expert staff. And what they're able to do is go to the machines, scan the actual part, and it'll pop up. And you could show a video, you could show 3D representation, and it will walk them through how to do maintenance on your machines. And the beautiful thing about that is you have the ability at that point to customize it for your company, your product, your service, and now you provide a solution to your employees that they're not waiting for the foreman or somebody to come down and actually show them how to do it, again, keeping production going. 24/7 AR support, like I was saying before. This is an example of PSA's Matrix machine. This is actually out there. You could download their app. And we also have the tablets. And moving forward in 2022, most of, if not all, of their manuals will be shipping with a tablet with our tech on it to replace all of it so that it's a sell with their products when they go out. The other thing that does for ROI is on the long run, the customers, when they come back to buy, they're going to come back to PSA and SMT tooling because of the ability to keep the overhead down and not have to do a ton of waiting for things to be set up and so on. The app, the AR experience, walks people through it one step at a time. They love that, and so why would they not come back to PSA to buy their next machines? So their overlays and such. Augmented reality solutions for training and safety. This is one of the apps that we're doing for TED Talks. We could put any TED Talk in it. We could have AR experiences, and you have compliance. You can sign off digitally on it, because we all know that you put somebody in a little room, those of you that are in manufacturing and the trades, put somebody in a little room, they go through their PowerPoint presentation, you gotta have them sign off on it. We do it all digitally. Quick. And let's see what's next. Augmented reality solutions for marketing, sales, and trade shows. This is one that I like. This is actually an example of Little Wonder that we do for Scheller. Little Wonders all over the world. They're in a Home Depot and Lowe's, I believe. If they went to a traditional trade show, they have to tow those. How much do you think it costs to take those to a trade show? Or if they get a new vendor that's gonna do this, and the vendor wants to see what it looks like in the showroom or in their parking lot, are they gonna fit? What if I have 5 of them? And so what we do is we're able to put these into our platform, and now their sales reps or the people at the trade show could literally go, hand them over the tablet, and place these wherever you want them, and you can walk around them, experience them, see them in real space. You can also do this, and again, if you swing by our booth, you can also do this with machinery. We were out in California a month or 2 ago, and we were talking to a company that does a lot of lathe machines, and they have warehouses that they're going to figure out how to do a layout, a line. And with our technology, you literally can mix and match, put it together, and see how all the machines work together, see the size of it in scale, walk around it, experience it. You could even go into the machines and see how they function and work with augmented reality. And we are at this point where the education and industry come together, and we've had the opportunity to have a really good intern. Interns are hard to get sometimes, that are like, you want to kick them out of your office. Michael, you're not one of them. Michael loves 3D printing. He loves 3D printing. Even though we're not a 3D printing company, we brought a 3D printer with us to this, right?
Yeah.
But Michael helped us immensely with something that we're going to announce here shortly. And we're excited about it. We're super excited about it. But Michael brought his expertise in 3D printing from Wilkes-Barre STEM Academy. The cool thing about, no, don't get your head big. The thing about Michael that we really like at the office, actually to the point where we told him, your internship is done. He's only in high school, guys. He's got another year to go, okay? I wish some of my college interns were like this guy. So he has a desk, even when his intern is over. He's coming. He's trying to get me to buy a 3D printer. We'll figure that out.
So close.
Yeah,
a little bit more.
A little bit more taunting, but we may. You keep coming up with good ideas. So what you're seeing here is an app that Michael is working with our team on to create a resource guide. Same thing that we do for industry, but it's going to be for K through 12 because they all have different kind of printers, 3D printers. And we're going to do it for every 3D printer in the Wilkes-Barre School District. And the students are going to be able to log in. They're going to be able to see how to troubleshoot it, how to work it, and they also have the ability to do augmented reality where they could spin it around in real time, tap on it, and have a video of Michael explaining how to troubleshoot, how to change the filament, how to do so on, right? So I'm putting you on the spot, Michael. Come over here. Is he in the full length? Just so that everybody on Facebook can see Michael here. Yes. Yes, we will. We're going to put you on the microphone.
Wow.
I got this cool one that's just like floating here. This is nice. Thank you. I'm glad that she gave me the laugh because every time I have the mic, I feel like I'm like doing Vegas. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
There you go.
It's on. Okay.
So Michael, talk about the experience that you had with us and our team and what you were doing and a little bit about you.
Just to begin with, my name is Michael Andrews. I am a rising senior at Wilkes-Barre STEM Academy. Just to begin with, it's great working with Vizvibe. I don't even know how many hours I've spent. I just started my internship, really, but I've already spent so many hours just working with these guys, and it's wonderful. Like, everyone works together, like everyone's close-knit, and it's a really nice community. So one of the things with what we're doing with this is in STEM, we're starting an advanced 3D design course. What we're doing with that is we're teaching kids how to manufacture things on 3D printers. Because it's not traditional like lathe work or CNC mills, where it's a completely another beast in of itself. And we've already had growing pains with it. Like, we've already had one printer kind of get busted because the kids didn't know how to maintain or use the machine properly. So what we're doing is, working with Vizvibe, we're creating a tutorial app, or a web-based tutorial, where you can just load it up on your phone and actually just pull it up and go through the different parts of the printer. So like some of the most common issues, changing out the nozzle. Have to change it out because of the wear and tear. That's something that's going to be on here. Changing the filament. Yeah, putting in different colors, different materials, things like that. You can do that. It shows you how to do it step by step. Different things like that where we've had issues with kids not really understanding it, or in the same situation where you'd have to sit down, take an entire day to teach them, okay, here's step by step, and then most likely not paying attention and forgetting it. This is something where they can pull it up easily enough and look over it and understand what they have to do to go forward.
It innovates it forward, right? Yeah. And then they don't have to contact you and be like, Michael, I need you to fix it, right?
I don't have to get pulled out of class because somebody, broke something.
So the neat thing about this kind of partnership is we originally built Vizvibe's engine for education. If you go by our table, you're going to see the Battle of Wyoming. It's a project we're working on. It's a new form of documentary. It's in pieces. So everyone in this room could have somebody that was at the Battle of Wyoming and have some kind of experience on it. But as a company, we saw an opening to educate in multiple markets. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in manufacturing. We have a lot of different clients. We have tourism. We have clients that create food products. So there's a place for it everywhere, even 3D printing in a high school, to utilize the software. So without further ado, Michael, for the people that are here lucky enough to hear our big announcement, take us there.
Yeah. So one of the new developments with Vizvibe is Web AR, which is called SwiftFox.
Web-based XR solutions. The apps that we're going to do with some clients that we have lined up, that we're doing with Wilkes-Barre STEM, is completely web-based augmented reality that will work in the majority of mobile browsers on your device without downloading an app. That's huge in this industry. And what that allows you to do is to market, is to, depending on your budget, do you want to have the TED Talk, the Toolbox Talks? Do you want to be able to have a high school in your region have its own app so that they can teach the skill sets that they need in order to move into a job right outside of high school? So we are super excited about it. SwiftFox is our actual platform we created from the ground up. Earlier today, we were at a presentation when they were talking about keys from other countries in your software. Vizvibe built their AR platform from the ground up. So what we're able to do is create these experiences through SwiftFox that is app-based, now web-based, and wait until you see what's happening in the next couple of years with wearables. That's all I got to say with that. But we're super excited about it. And we are Vizvibe, and if you want to talk industrial AR, we are more than happy to. If you want to see it in action, we left our booth up. I think we're the only ones. It's lonely out there, so go over and see our stuff if you haven't. Some of you I have seen around our table. So we are more than happy to talk to you about it. If you have any questions now, great. Otherwise, just meet us at our table, and we'll be happy to answer. And I think Eric and Michael and I are going to 409 for mocktails after this, so we'll be there as well. So thank you. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, everybody.